I've been I was with an organization for over 30 years in Tennessee and Houston, and when my wife and I, at that point, when we were leaving Nashville, we always thought that family would be a big part of the decision going forward. We ended up going to the Steelers, which got me in the right state. I grew up in Pennsylvania, went to Penn State, so it was kind of nice to get back, and also wanted to be with a great organization, which we were there. So going forward, we thought the same thing, and I came here for the interview, and I thought that went well. And I got a chance to see. I knew the Broncos were always a great organization. As a player, I had a chance to see knock me out of the playoffs a couple times. So I knew how special it was here, and obviously then I got in the same city as a family, so it was like a double plus for me, an opportunity to be with family, but also be part of a great organization that wants to win and has won 3 Super Bowls and is working hard to win more.
After that head coaching search, at what point did the discussions begin to figure out?
It was kind of just the way things worked out. My contract was up as an offensive line coach with the Steelers, so timing, and in this business, timing is such a big part of it, that you're available when a job's available. So obviously after I was moving forward, I was doing my contract with the Steelers, and this opportunity came up a couple of days later, and talked to John and Vic about the opportunity, and then thought about it over the weekend and just realized. I think for my visit here, it helped me a lot, spending time with John and seeing this place and seeing what they've been accomplishing, and always known from a distance but never being in there to see what it was like, and was really very impressed with everything I saw and the attitude and the culture that they were creating here, and so I knew that was a big plus. And then obviously having family here was another big plus, and so it made the decision easy.
When you talk to Coach Scangarello, how does your teaching and I guess it was at the zone blocking, how does that mesh with what you believe his offense is going to look like?
Yeah, I think we have a lot in common. I've been around it a long time now, so I think it's I can adapt to. I've done zone block and gap. I think you have to do a little bit of everything. I think it depends on the players you have, the back you have, the offensive lineman you have. So I think you kind of build that all together, just like you do with a quarterback. You can't ask these guys to do things that they just can't do. So I've had a good background over the years with Chris Johnson and Eddie George, and I've been around a lot of good running backs. That Le'Veon Bell, so a lot of guys do a lot of things differently. So for me, it's easy. I just adjust to how they run the ball, what scheme's working for them, and the type of lineman I have.
Coach, do you have a sense yet of the personnel here, or is that something that's only going to develop over the next few weeks?
Yeah, that'll develop. I mean, we just got here this week, just starting to watch the tape, getting to know the guys that are here. Obviously, a lot changes from year to year. With the personnel you have, and that we're beginning that process now. So just starting to watch the tape, getting more familiar with what they have. They've had a good, solid group. I've obviously know a lot of the guys just from coming through the draft. So looking forward to meeting them, spending time with them. Obviously they had some injuries here with some people, so just a little work to do there. So excited about the opportunity to come in and build something special here.
Where you've been, the sacks have gone down. How do you improve pass blocking? Because your teams have always seemed to run well, but what is the key in terms of improving pass blocking?
It's just technique. I think that's where the biggest thing is, an understanding of what you're being asked to do, and technique, that we're all doing the same thing over and over again. That lineman's world of just really training, and I'm really into the drills, the technique, the understanding, and the teaching. That's one thing I love about coaching the most, is the teaching, the relationships with the players, with the offensive linemen. And I think that's part of having success, that those guys realize how much they have to rely on each other, the 5 of them, and cheat as much as you can, help each other. So it's not one-on-one. A lot of times there's ways you can help each other, and that they have. I think the biggest thing is they have a great understanding of what you're asking them to do, and the type of scheme you have. I've been around a lot of different quarterbacks, and we've done it a lot of different ways. So it's just a matter of, again, just like the run game, you just fit it the same way, and don't ask guys to do things they just can't do, and find ways to help guys that if you're going to have mismatches in certain Sundays, or someone's not playing as well one week versus the other, we got to find ways to help them. Find ways with chipping, with helping to keep, if you keep the quarterback upright and healthy, usually you're going to win a lot of football games.
How much have you seen guys buy into what you're teaching because of your playing career and your success? That was a challenge.
Yeah, I think that helps. I think when you have a resume of whatever the resume may be, if you had some success as a player or as a coach, I think when you walk in the door, you have that. They're wondering, they're willing to listen, and then after that, it's what can I do for them? Can I make you better? And I think that is a big part of it. If I can't help you, if I can't make you better, then I think you start losing it real quick. So that's the goal. Obviously, you walk in the door, you're in front of the room for the first time. A lot of these guys have no idea who I am. Most of them probably know I never played it down in the NFL. They have to go Google me and figure out who I am, and that's fine, and I have no problem with that. And so hopefully our relationship builds from there. They realize I'm here for one reason. I have no agenda. I'm going to be the same every day. What they see is what they get. And I think they buy into that. And then if I can help them with my knowledge or our scheme or what we're trying to accomplish, then you just get more and more out of them.
If you have a player who racks up a lot of holding penalties, which we saw a little bit this year, where do you start with that? How do you fix that? Is that solely technique, or?
I think a lot of it is. Some of it could be bad luck, just the angles of what the officials see, especially at tackle. But a lot of it's technique, putting your body in better position, realizing when you're out of position, those things happen. So playing the game a little squarer, maybe, rather than being so turned. So there's a lot of little things once you look at someone to see exactly why it's happening, or if you have a certain guy that's getting called for some reason, why is that happening, and then figure out how to fix it and show him what's going on so he understands what he's fixing. And they keep on. You're going to have some tough spots sometimes, but you should be able to clean up a lot of that, depending on with technique. I think more than anything, it's probably technique.
Did you have a relationship with Chris Cooper, and why did you decide to bring him in as an assistant?
No, I never had met Chris before. I'd heard a lot of good things about him when I realized we were going to have a position open. A lot of coaches reached out to me that have been around him, spoke very highly of him. So he was a guy we wanted to bring in and speak with. I talked to him on the phone, then brought him in. And I think just loved his attitude, his passion. I mean, being from Denver was a nice plus. He already knew a lot of the people here. They knew of him, but just he's been through. He did the quality control work. He's done the computer work. He's done. He was at number 3 at the offensive line, then number 2. Got a lot of good experience under some good coaches, and then thought he'd be a nice fit with me. His personality I liked, and just liked how much he, just listen to him talk, see him on the board, how excited he was about the opportunity, and how I thought we could work together in developing this group, because you can't do it alone. Having 10, 12, 15 guys at training camp, having another set of eyes and guys that I feel can really do some good teaching. And he taught very well when we were going through some different techniques. So very impressed with him, and I know he's just getting started, but that's the kind of guy I think you want in that position.
What are your initial impressions of Dave, and what can you maybe help him with in terms of the challenges of being a first-time head coach?
Well, for me, obviously, we're from the same hometown pretty much. I don't know if we both claim that. I'm from Scranton, he's from Dunmore. We competed against each other. He's 2 years older than me. I remind you, he's older than me. So we were probably the same. We didn't know each other at that time. And then I think just watching what he did, starting from high school, coaching high school football, to being a head coach in the NFL is an awesome trip. And to me, he should have been a head coach long, long ago. And I met him that way. I remember my dad telling me, hey, I think we were playing the Saints, and I was with the Oilers. He said, hey, go over and say hello to the coach. He's from Dunmore. So that's the first time I think we met. I went over to him after the game, which I don't know if he remembers that or not, and said, let's introduce myself. And we always knew of each other, but never really had a chance to work together. So this just made it just another plus, a huge plus for me, because I know what a great guy he is. I know what a great coach he is. I know what a great job he's going to do here. So if I can help in any way, probably the best way I can help him is have my guys playing really well. I think that's all he's caring about right now. So that's my goal, is worry about my area, and that'll help his area.
Like when you first started, when you were playing, and even when you first started coaching, it's a little different with offensive linemen. You guys had a lot more practice time. I think you guys came out of college maybe smoother than nowadays. What's the challenge now with guys coming out of college and they're doing all the spread there, and then less practice time at the pro level?
Yeah, I'll be honest with you, I think I have plenty of time with them. I think when we get them in here in April or May, depending on who we have, it's just starting from square one. Like you said, I start from like this group here. I'll start like they'd never. We'll start from the first thing, teach them a progression of a drive block or reach block, just to make sure we're all on the same page, we're all saying the same things. So same thing come out of college. You're right. Some guys have never been in a three-point stance. So things like never been the quarterback underneath. Some centers never snapped to a quarterback. So there's a lot of that is different, and we'll ask them to do some things obviously they've never done before. But there's a lot of pluses in that, because then I don't have to break any bad habits, and I can start from scratch with a lot of these guys. And I found that works well too. So I think I get plenty of time with them. That'll never be an excuse why we're not the way coaches always want more time, but there should be enough to get done what we need to get done.
Okay, thank you.